City Sounds. Creating podcasts, creating podcasters.
Have you ever heard of the moth joke?
No.
Okay. There's this moth, right?
Okay.
He walks into a pediatrician's office. He's like, "Where is the doctor? Where is the doctor?" to the secretary at the front desk. And he looks like he's in hysterics. He's sobbing. He's red in the face. And the woman at the front desk goes, "Don't know why you need him, but let me go get him." So the doctor, he comes out and he's like, "Hey, I'm a pediatrician. I don't know how I can help you, but what's your problem?" And so the moth just like starts going on this rant, doesn't even answer the question. He's like, "My wife is about to leave me. She's sick. Our child is sick. He's not doing well in school. My wife might lose her job. I'm just all over the place. I don't know where to go. I'm just feeling so down, feeling so upset, and I just don't know where to turn. I need somebody to talk to." And the doctor goes, "Well, again, I'm a pediatrician. I don't know how to help you, but maybe we can see if there's something we can do." And the moth cuts him off and just keeps ranting and ranting and ranting. And he just doesn't know when to stop. He just keeps going on and on and on. He's depressed. He's down in the dumps. He might quit his job. He's trying to find a new one. He wants to get his life on track. And he just doesn't know where to go. Doesn't know what to do. Super, super, super stressed out. And he's really struggling. And again, the pediatrician is like, "I don't know how to help you. I really don't know how to help you. Why did you come in here?" And the moth goes, "Well, the light was on."
Why was it so long for that payoff? That was the longest setup for the punchline to be because the light was on. Oh my god.
Isn't that a good joke?
That is so bad it's good.
Thank you. Thank you.
That is so bad it's good.
Thank you.
Hello and welcome to the City Magazine Show, a weekly variety show of arts, interviews and more. I'm Aadan.
And I'm Elly Young. This week, we're here to try to make you laugh and lift your spirits.
First, we'll hear from Lucy Antonatos, Thuy and Melusi Ncala, who speak with comedians about all things laughter.
Then, Yaman Mohammed asks City St. George's students what some of their favorite dad jokes are.
Finally, we hear from Saskia Cookson, who describes how laughter can strike at the most unexpected moments.
Hello listeners, this is me, Melusi, speaking to you from London. Gorgeous sunshine and chill pint. Well, not so much the pint. But it is April Fool's Day, and that is my attempt at a foolish joke. Yeah, well, comedy is not my thing, as you can tell. So, because, I'm not really good at telling jokes, evidently, I decided that instead of boring my friends, Thuy, Lucy and Jackie, why not go to this place of comedy where jokes are sold, but these ones are quite cheap. Where are we? It's called Top Secret Comedy Club.
So what are you most looking forward to, Melusi?
A good laugh, a joke or two, and some sassiness, actually. And you're not recording me.
Geography major. Cool, man. Nice one. And then my guy next to you, what's your name, buddy? Ivan, what you studying, Ivan? Economics. Woo! You like macro or micro? Which one you prefer? Macro. All right. Fiscal or monetary policy? Monetary, my type of guy. All right. Nice one, man. Cool. And who's this lady next to you, Ivan? This is your girlfriend? She shut that down quickly. Friendship? You guys friends? Kinda. How long you been friends with Ivan? A couple of months, yeah? And there's no chemistry there?
One of the best things about comedy is that you don't really know what type of jokes you're gonna get. Some are dull, like mine, and others are just too funny. In essence, everything is spontaneous and unexpected. But that is not the case for comedians all the time. They need to be agile and think on the spot and pull out a joke, especially when they see that the crowd is not really connecting with them. But they also spend a lot of time reflecting on their content, sleepless nights, thinking about how to craft that punchline. So what we end up seeing looks effortless, but there's a lot of work that goes into it. So here we are, the four of us, Lucy, Thuy, Jackie and Melusi. Yes, that was intentional. We are speaking to comedians about the art of telling jokes and what it means to them to make people laugh.
Hi, I'm Mark Cram. I've been a comedian for about 12 years and it's what I love to do the most, pretty much.
What first got you into stand-up?
Competitiveness. My flatmate at university wanted to do stand-up and then he wasn't very good at it and I decided I could do it better, and here we are. So yeah.
And how did you realise that you were good at it?
I was really bad at it for a long time and it's just a grind of repetition and doing stuff over and over again, and then the thing is, you never think you are good at it because you'll look back at clips 2 years ago and think, oh, it was terrible. And yeah, you're never actually good, I don't think. You just get better.
And when you're actually standing up there on the stage, how does that feel?
Fun. It's the stupidest job in the world, but it's inherently ridiculous that we get paid money to do this. So it's more fun than the other job I've ever had. And I've had some weird jobs, so that's good.
Do you have a favourite moment? A favourite stand-up moment?
That's so weird to get asked that question because usually we get asked about horrible things that happen to us on stage. Favourite? I think obviously playing Top Secret since they're in earshot and I'm here. But I love anytime I get to do an outdoor music festival is always really nice. So yeah, that's always good fun. So that's like a diverse crowd.
And what is your secret to create a good joke?
I think it's like taking a real life situation that's happened to you and either taking that and making it funny or thinking like, okay, what would have happened if this had gone slightly differently? I think that's the way I do it. But there's no right or wrong way to do it. There's different types of jokes you can write. I can't write puns, so I don't know. Yeah.
Do you think laughter's really important for us? What does it give us?
I think it's hugely important. I think life is really fucking stressful all the time. So it's nice to have any sort of release you can get. And laughter's one of those. And it's probably the easiest one to go get. You don't have to come to a comedy club for it, although I recommend you do for my finances. But yeah, just find ways to make yourself happy, and this is why.
My name is Bemi Oladipo. I've been doing comedy like 9 years. Yeah.
What do you think of comedy in today's climate, given how polarized society is?
How polarized society is.
Yes.
It's more fun. It's more fun because there's more you can play with. The more sensitive people are, the better.
And what do you think of comedy in terms of its the role that it plays in terms of mental health?
I don't know, to be honest. I don't know. It might be important. You have to tell me as audience members. I don't. Some people say it's good for them. I don't know. I don't like to think of it too deep. It's just comedy. I'm just telling jokes. If it helps some people, great. If not, it don't matter. Either way, it's all good.
What drew you to comedy?
Someone suggested I do it. That's all it was. Someone said they thought I'd be good at it, and I tried it, and I enjoyed it. Then I kept going.
You're a good storyteller. What do you think that works for your comedy?
Yeah, stories. Got a variety of stories, everything. Just try and keep people on their toes. I like stories. I like topical stuff. I like controversial stuff. I like light stuff. I like every type of comedy.
Thank you, man.
Thank you.
Thanks.
That's for the comedians. Now, what about the audience? What do they think about jokes and comedy? Now, on to my homie Yaman.
So firstly, who's your favourite comedian and why?
Right now, I'm a bit addicted to Alexis Sale because he's just so completely manic and mad.
Is he the accents guy?
No, he does this really, really surreal show on 4Extra and BBC Sounds called Alexis Sale's Imaginary Sandwich Bar. Okay. And the whole concept is it's a fake sandwich bar with fake customers, and it's just bonkers. It's just completely bonkers. And I quite like sometimes doing something that's completely unreal when I'm listening to comedy.
Alexis Sale. All right. And on that note,
I mean, I don't know if he does many dad jokes, but we're trying to get the best dad joke of the episode. So, have you got one? Why do they call them dad jokes in the first place?
I don't know. I wonder if it's something to do with the fact that a dad joke is something that, dads are so out of touch with their kids that what they think is funny, kids just think is cringe, or whether it's just that dads by nature are embarrassing.
Yeah.
And so, I can think of really, really bad cracker jokes, if that's the sort of...
That could be considered a dad joke.
Sort of, why are there no aspirin in the jungle?
Why?
Because the parrots eat them all.
Right. That was brilliant. That was fantastic. Thank you very much. Tell us a dad joke.
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Banana.
Banana who?
Banana.
Banana who?
Banana.
Banana who?
Orange.
What's orange who?
Orange, you're glad I didn't say banana.
Let's keep walking.
Yeah. Tell us who your favourite comedian is.
Oh,
Or do you need time to think? Shall I stop asking you questions?
Favourite comedian? I quite like Jack Whitehall.
Jack Whitehall, okay. Yeah, he's got a lot of dad jokes.
Yeah, he does. They're not mine, though.
Okay, it's
What's white and can't climb trees?
What's white and can't climb trees? Me.
A fridge.
How's that?
Fun.
What? How's that funny? How does that make sense? All right, go on.
What is green and red and spins?
Green and red and spins. Guess.
Green and red and spins. An elf at Christmas.
A frog in a blender.
Yeah.
What? Tell us a dad joke.
Oh.
Come on.
What does a nosy pepper do?
What does a nosy pepper do?
Gets hung up in your business.
All right, that's it. All right, thank you very much for listening.
Just a heads up, the following segment includes discussions of a death, and if you're uncomfortable, please feel free to skip ahead or click off. Also, if you, a loved one, or anyone you know is struggling with grief, resources will be in the show notes below.
A Matter of Laughter and Death. Part 1. Laughter at a funeral? 3 years ago, my best friend Victor Hugo passes away of a rare tissue cancer. He's just 22 years old. I find myself in a very beautiful, very Catholic, and very all-in-Portuguese service in a tiny church in the north of Portugal. At one point, when my tears and emotional vulnerability are reaching a climax, I feel a gentle tap on my arm. His extremely glamorous Aunt Kelly, whose pristine makeup puts my tear-streaked panda eyes and raw red nose to shame, is passing me her water bottle. The small gesture is a thoughtful one, and holding on to the comforting cool of the metal, I take a sip. Imagine my surprise. Rather than water, I get a mouth full of chilled white wine. It takes everything I have not to do a spit take on the two elderly women sitting in front of me. Kelly nods at me with a deadpan look of approval, and then turns back to the priest, wiping one single perfect tear from beneath her eye. It's a bizarre moment, and very funny. Having experienced such devastating loss, my friends and I talk about death openly and often. Sitting around the dinner table with a bowl of tagliatelle and a glass of, you guessed it, white wine, we pass around a phone, adding songs we would want at our funerals to a playlist called Here Lies Big Dog. Life is absurd, and so is death. I think that's what Nietzsche, that German philosopher, was getting at. The Sopranos reckon with these themes brilliantly. Admittedly, due to the size of Italian-American families and the life expectancy of people in organised crime, they sometimes attend up to 3 funerals in an episode. But they do it so well. Not only do the characters get unbelievably blinged out, with huge sunglasses, super crisp suits and gleaming jewellery, but they create these moments of pure comedic excellence around death. Take the second episode of Series 3, where Chris and Ade are stoned off their rockers at Tony's mum's wake. I find such deep comfort in shows which walk this tightrope between laughter and sadness. BoJack Horseman, Fleabag, The Bear, but Sopranos most of all. Part 2. laughter is. Laughter and grief come hand in hand. In my opinion, it's not just the best way, but the only way of getting through tough times. In the day or two following Victor's funeral, we talk, laugh, and cry a lot, sometimes all at the same time. We climb a small mountain near the church, and at the very top dance to this insufferable drum and bass remix of Wonderwall he used to torture us with. We get kicked out of a sticky-floored karaoke bar in Porto, still belting out Frank Sinatra's My Way, the song that best describes our crazy, wonderful friend. Laughter is togetherness. We don't spend a day apart in the next few months. We grieve together, we become a family. At the memorial we host for him in Oxford, unexpectedly one of the best days of my life, we release lanterns, which immediately get stuck in a tree and catch fire. We can hear Victor cackling away as the pub owner rages at us. Laughter is remembering. We share every ridiculous Victor adventure we know, from climbing on stage at a Skrillex performance when he was 12, to sneaking his way into British State School by editing Wikipedia and making his Brazilian exams GCSE equivalents. Or perhaps best of all, tearing out his tubes and leaving the hospital to attend his own Victorian garden party themed 22nd birthday, where he danced and DJ'd all night long. Laughter is joy. My favourite Monty Python film, Life of Brian, ends with the song Always Look on the Bright Side of Life. I can't sing, but I promise that Eric Idle slipped in some real gems about the absurdity of life and death. For example, life's a piece of shit when you look at it. Life's a laugh and death's a joke, it's true. If there is any bright side to grief, it's that it makes you concentrate less on the future and more on the present. Being present, seizing opportunities that come your way, having adventures, and just like the sign you might find in a millennial woman's bathroom, living, laughing, and loving.
Thank you for listening to the City Magazine show, created and run by City St. George's podcasting MA students.
If you liked the episode, check out our other shows. Our new series, Place to Start, dives into more serious discussions about mental health and will be out tomorrow, the 8th of April.
Whatever you're into, there's something here for everyone. To find out more about future episodes, you can follow us at City Sounds on all platforms.